Namaste. Hi, everyone. I just thought today that I would like to give, again, some cautionary things for people that are thinking they want to engage this path. Recently, I just had this happen with someone, and so I'm going to give you a basic as to what they were saying and thinking they were ready for this, and then finding out that they weren't as ready as they thought they were. And I'm going to read exactly what I had told them to begin with and why I want to give this cautionary thing out. So someone had contacted me and said they've been, on the path by themselves and, doing a lot of meditations and things and listening to all these teachings on YouTube, and that they have been, they wanted to make further progress, and they were afraid of getting stuck in oneness, in the experience of oneness. And they were afraid that they would get lost in the path and in a belief system that's built on a picture in the illusory mind. Okay, so again, they were asking to come on this path. So I'm going to read exactly what I had told them. And this was, what I told them was this. I said there's a vast difference between being in the moment and traversing a Kundalini awakening. There is never a guarantee of realization in a single lifetime. It can take a number of lifetimes of dedicated seeking. As far as joining this site, to do so, one realizes they are open to having Kundalini awaken. And once it's open, there is no going back. It's not an easy journey. Okay. Once Kundalini is opened, it can take upwards of 30 years. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. People should understand the seriousness of this type of journey. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for those seeking a pastime to entertain themselves with. Neither should one think, and 99.9% of the people think, that they will be the exception, and that for them it will be easy street and they will magically fly to realization without any of the hard journey that it takes. So if you wish to join, you may, but you have to understand all the cautions that are given. Well, they wanted to join, okay? And it didn't take too long before they were already having massive shifts and freaking out. And they were saying basically they don't know where knowledge is coming from, that they don't know anything, that the streets are unknown, and they can't remember hardly their address, that they're feeling emptiness, that the heart is beating, but they don't know what's around the next corner, that their knowledge is blown away, the shifts are happening, okay? And that they are, already starting to freak out. And I said, it's not, I've cautioned you, it is not what you think it is. People think that enlightenment is going to be a bigger ego, that they're going to have more powers and more control, and it's going to be a bigger love fest. And that's not what it is at all. So again, I want to caution people, because once Kundalini awakens, It may not close. And this is exactly why in so many of the ancient texts it says Kundalini can bring madness and death. It's why you don't mess around with it unless you have a competent guru. And then, you need to stay in a grounded, centered, somebody there to help keep that energy in place the way it needs to be and give the guidance needed for one to progress. Now, if you want to know what it's like, read the journeys of people like Padre Pio that developed the stigmata, like ones like Teresa of Lisieux. Okay, they actually had Kundalini awakenings. This is within the Catholic Church, but they actually went through the mystic's journey, and that's what it takes. It takes going through the mystic's journey. And we do it in the midst of life. We're not hid away on a mountaintop or in some secluded place. So if you are not ready to let go of whatever it is you have going in life, then you're not ready for this path. Okay, this type of a path. This type of a path is not really conducive to living a family life. Okay, very, 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 very few can do it in the midst of a family life because there are so many shifts that take place. You're in the body, you're out of the body. First there's a persona, then there's no persona. First you're in thoughts and all the revolving thoughts, and all of a sudden there's stillness, it's quiet. And at that point, a lot of people will freak out and think, I'm not going to be able to survive, I'm not going to be able to think, I'm not going to, And again, so this is not a path for the faint of heart. There are a lot of paths out there and a lot of people that will give you a larger ego. Okay, this is the problem I have with ones like Nityananda. Okay, they're giving a larger ego. They're promising more powers. That is not a path to realization. Okay, like Ramana said, somebody asked, can you give the path to realization? Can you give me realization? He says, I can give it, but can you take it? And a lot of people think they can take it, but they can't. When the shifts start taking place, they start freaking out. Okay, so again, cautionary, cautionary, cautionary. Having a genuine guru is not the same as going to a Kundalini yoga class where you're taught heavy breathing and you get a little philosophy. Don't confuse the two. Okay, a genuine Kundalini path is going to be there to strip you absolutely bare, to bring up all of your fears in your face, to be looked at, to be discounted, to be gone through, to challenge every belief system you've ever had. Okay, it's going to bring all of them up. It's like I say, the roto-rooter of consciousness. Okay, and if you are not ready to give up the world, if you want to make a better world and you're not ready to give it up, then you're not ready for this type of a path. Okay, this is the type of path where you have to be ready, and at the point in your life to forego everything to move forward to realization, to stay steady in that. Because like the Bible says, if you put your hand to the plow, you can't be looking back. If you're looking back, then you're not fit, you're not ready for it. Don't start it. Do not start it. So again, this is a caution for people. Please, please, please do not want to come on this path and think it's like some new age drama that you can pick up and put down and play with for a time. Because it's serious. If Kundalini awakens and gets established, it may not close. Okay, so I want to give that absolute caution. Okay, you have to really be ready to want to go forward the whole way to realization. And then understand it can take upwards of 30, 40 years minimum. It can take a few lifetimes. Okay, so this is not something that one jumps into and thinks they have a handle because they've tasted oneness. Because you feel one with all the planetary thing, and that's when you're going through that, it's like a high, it's like a drug, it's like everything's love, everything is beautiful, everything, you're connected with everything. This is a whole different level. Okay, oneness is not in any way, shape, or form even close to realization. That's just a beginning taste of a path. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for now. Namaste. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and that you've enjoyed the eclipse that was out there. Okay, have a great day. Bye.